Asia Cup is upon us.
A mouth-watering clash between India and Pakistan awaits us. We will tell you who is going to win the Asia Cup.
So keep watching till the end to find out.
Welcome to Cricworldstraightup by Vijay and Prabhu.
Welcome, guys, friends. As you know, originally this Asia Cup was supposed to be held in Sri Lanka, but has now been moved to the UAE.
Yeah. So let's look at the format then. As you can see, it has two groups. The tournament actually starts on 27th of August and goes on all the way up till 11th of September. And the first Group A has
India playing Pakistan. And that will be a big clash because everybody in the cricketing world has been waiting for a long, long time for the two cricketing giants from Asia to play each other.
Correct. We have a qualifier in Group A. We don't know as yet because it's going to be actually played among those four teams which are mentioned in front of you. UAE, Hong Kong, Kuwait, and the last one is Singapore.
From the qualifiers, the best suited team to make it to the Asia Cup looks to be the UAE. Home advantage and probably a little bit stronger than the other teams. So
yeah, I agree with you on that for sure.
Each team basically plays each other once, and the top two make it to the Super Four.
That's right.
India and Pakistan, they probably dominate the group and make it to the Super Four.
Yes.
Oh, my favorite one once again.
Yes. And this is an Asia Cup related one. Okay.
Wow.
So, which batsman has scored the maximum runs in Asia Cup?
But that should be easy enough. Sachin Tendulkar?
No. Let me give you a hint. Actually, it's a Sri Lankan batsman.
Okay, then maybe it should be Kumar Sangakkara.
No. Give me one more.
How about Jayawardene? This should be the one.
No, let me just give you the correct one. It's actually Sanat Jayasuriya. Remember Sanat Jayasuriya?
Wow. My God.
Yes.
How could I forget him?
Yes. So Group B has Afghanistan, as you can see, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. And top two teams from there go to the next stage.
What do you think? Who are the two teams from Group B who will qualify?
I think Bangladesh might struggle. They were taken, the distance by Zimbabwe in Zimbabwe recently. I thought they might be a little low on confidence. And Afghanistan, with their fantastic spinners, my money would be on Sri Lanka for sure. And between Afghanistan and Bangladesh, I might tilt toward Afghanistan to go to the next stage.
I think that's a pretty good choice. Got Rashid Khan as well. Don't you think Shakib's comeback as captain of Bangladesh would help them?
Yeah, but it is just one player. Eventually, it's a team game. On paper, of course, Bangladesh is much stronger. But the form that they showed against Zimbabwe was actually even questioned by their own management. What I mean by administration. Which is why I feel that Bangladesh might struggle. But who knows?
Yeah, fair enough, because that's the reason why they have a change in captain, I guess.
Maybe that's why.
A big shout out to Vivek all the way from Pune, India.
Thank you, Vivek, for your support and your fantastic comments.
And thank you for sharing our videos with all cricket lovers.
Before we predict as to who's going to make the finals and who's going to be the ultimate winner, we've got some very important other aspects to discuss here. First and foremost, what is Virat Kohli likely to do in this particular case?
Stage is set for Virat to make a big comeback. I don't necessarily think he's going to hit 100, but I think he's going to do everything in his control to make it really big this time.
He obviously had a break, and hopefully that break He must have hopefully watched our video too, and then taken up some of the fantastic suggestions which Prabhu had put forward. If you haven't watched it, I think it's worth a watch, believe me, not just because we've made it, but there was a lot of things that we had covered on Virat Kohli's form. It's really disheartening to see the way he's struggling currently.
Yes, and his good form will actually rub on to the others in the team, and it'll make for a good team effort from India.
Surely. What I basically wanted to actually also touch on is this particular tournament going to have any impact on the upcoming T20 World Cup? Because let's face it, we are playing in UAE, going to have completely different conditions in Australia. So what's your view on that?
It will just help us get familiar with the other teams. But like you said, the conditions are going to be different. The quick bowlers will be about 5 or 10 Ks quicker. The spinners will have a little bit more bounce. The grounds will be much larger. So you will have 2s and 3s come into play. So running between wickets and fielding will be coming into play. So It's going to be a very, very different thing. So I'm not very sure whether this is really a great build-up. But I guess the Asia Cup had to be played at this time. So there we are playing it.
Well, you're right. So there was actually no other option. Everywhere else in subcontinent is monsoon. So therefore, they had to move it to UAE. So understandable. So you have a look at the boundaries. The boundaries are going to be shorter. They're only 65-meter boundaries at, say, Dubai and Sharjah. Bulk of the matches, in fact, out of the 13 matches, 10 matches are going to be played in Dubai. And that means they are going to reuse those trips over and over again, at least more than twice.
Yes.
That means there will be a lot of wear and tear, lack of bounce, maybe towards the end part of it. And all those factors actually are going to be completely unfamiliar as far as Australia is concerned, with longer boundaries, as you said, and also bouncier pitches. What India finds itself in, perhaps Pakistan is also in the same boat. So is Sri Lanka, for that matter. So is Afghanistan and Bangladesh. These are, prime teams of Asia. So,
but I was thinking that if we could have played some series just before the World Cup in maybe New Zealand, for example, try to go to Australia maybe 15 days before the World Cup and try to play some local matches there. That might have been more useful than having series against Australia and South Africa just after the Asia Cup in India, where the series, when the conditions are again going to be very different. Because if you remember last year, we had the T20 World Cup, and our only preparation was, or India's only preparation was the IPL. And what happened in the World Cup? We just didn't make it to the semifinals.
Yeah. Who's going to make it to the finals? Prabhu, what's your take on that?
I think I would have to go with India and Pakistan to make it to the final.
Wouldn't that be a dream final?
It would. I mean, if that happens, that means they will be playing each other 3 times in a matter of 15 days.
Correct. One prediction is out of the way. Now, what's your take on who will lift that cup on the 11th of September?
So if I have predicted Virat is going to score runs, I think he's going to score them pretty quick. And if he does that, I think I'm going with India.
I have a feeling that Pakistan is going to actually sneak through. How they did that in the Champions Trophy. Of course, different format, completely different teams to an extent. But I feel that, Pakistan just might be able to do this if they both reach the finals, which we think they will and they should, at least on paper. Yeah. So either way, whether India wins or Pakistan wins, that should actually hold them good when the actual T20 World Cup starts in Australia. What do you think?
That's so true. It'll also be bragging points and a little bit of confidence. Whoever wins the last game probably will be favorites to win in Australia. But then again, the conditions are so different. We never know.
We will be watching this tournament very closely and coming out with relevant content.
And thank you for all your support.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss another video.